Good morning and welcome to Frontiers of Knowledge segment of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. Frontiers of Knowledge are ever expanding thanks to the innovative skills and the discovery oriented capabilities of the species called Homo sapiens. The biggest problem people using batteries is that they have to be recharged. Once they run down, either they are recharged or replaced. And even after being recharged a few times, you have got to change the batteries. But voila, here comes an extremely awe-inspiring news. Nano diamond battery called NDB. They are using nuclear waste. Now, the nuclear waste is something which is a problematic area because the danger of the radioactivity is always there. But NDP is building or has built a battery by nuclear waste. And you will be thinking how? They have developed this battery where nuclear waste would provide the energy, and that energy would be extracted by the diamonds from this waste. Costly? Yes. Fussy? Yes. But is it really costly? It will run for 280 centuries, 28,000 years. One battery built on the waste, which is problematic, running for 28,000 years. Isn't that cool, to use a modern phrase? I know, this sounds wild, but it's a game changer. And according to LDB, Nano Diamond Battery, high power diamond based alpha beta neutron voltaic battery is in fact a lifeline to green energy that is going to be really lifelong. How many people are going to live 28,000 years? How many generations are going to be there? How many countries would become countries and be destroyed? How many continents will change their shape? 28,000 years is something which can't. The question is when it will become a reality. Experimental point of view, they have been successful. And what they are doing now is they are combining radioactive isotopes from nuclear waste and they are building layers of paneled nano diamonds, very nano diamonds. And those are not the diamonds that the people use in the jewelry. They're synthetic diamonds. They're industrial diamonds. And they are used because of the extremely good heat conductance makes them more unusual in the realm of devices. Micro-sized single crystal diamond move heat away from the radioactive isotope and it moves it so quickly at such a tremendous speed that the transaction generates energy. This content is imported from the waste, and the first known diamond nuclear voltaic energy concept was presented, prototype was made, and very successful. Now they say the contaminated graphite could last thousands of years with heat conducting diamonds pulling the energy away from electricity alongside it whole time. But how can they say it's going to be 28,000 years? Modeling was done and modeling revealed that one battery built on this principle, each battery built on this principle Under normal circumstances, considering normal wear and tear, would last 28,000 years. And when I read about this, I said, are we going to change the whole universe? There's a comment that the audio is intermittent. From my side, the speakers are on and they are not showing any problem. Anyway, please let me know further. Along with this battery that runs for 28,000 years, scientists have built a perfectly synthetic cell. This synthetic cell is self replicating. They call it JCVI synthetic 3. It contains 7 key genes that help to divide as normal cells. This single celled synthetic organism that divides and multiplies just like a real thing, like a natural cell in a human body. These cells are human cells, and this would help them make people healthy. At the same time, the cellular engineering group at the National Institute of Statistics and Technology use this technology to make synthetic organisms for science, non-human beings. And that would help researchers build minuscule computers and tiny drug producing factories. Imagine it, synthesized cells would help build computers and tiny drug producing factories. So that means the factories producing drugs would be decentralized. They'll be built near the consumption centers in villages and the families, wherever they are needed. The cellular engineering group at the Institute of Science and Technology say that they are going to make living sensors that can take measurements from the surrounding environment. They'll monitor acidity, they'll monitor temperature, they'll monitor oxygen. So these sensor cells could also be manufactured to produce specific products, as I said earlier, like medicines. And beauty is that this not only would be decentralized to the extent that the factories are placed and erected in the villages of far off places. As a matter of fact, according to senior scientist Elizabeth Stracheleski, she's a leader of the group. She says that they are trying to place a factory inside the human body itself so that the factory inside the human body produces medicines required by the body itself. So, one vision is that when the cell senses a disease, then it can make that medication and that disease state is no longer there. And then when the part is healed, that disease is cured, they stop making that medicine. Is it something which is magic? No, it is human ingenuity. They also say that other cells could be cultured in the lab and used to produce food and fuel products. The biggest problem we know is going to be the food problem. So these cells can produce food which will be used, and others can be made to perform computational functions at a molecular level. I honestly am amazed. This sort of thing, body factory within the body, producing as long as the medicine is required, and then shutting off and producing another medicine as may be required, producing food, and not only that, producing fuel. So the oil economies will all collapse if it happens. They'll collapse with the battery as well. But with these two, we are in for a change. And then nowadays, our major issue is corona. Vaccines are there, but how successful they are is yet to be seen. But here comes Israel again with their ingenuity. They have found a simple bacteria, and this bacteria, according to the scientists, could stop corona 19, at least, if not cure, reduce the severity by about 90%. It's an algae extract. It reduces 70% the release of immune system protein that causes corona in the lungs. An extract of spirulina, blue-green algae. According to them, an extract of that would prevent patients from getting serious ill, and it will just be a common flu. And this has been done jointly by Israel and Iceland. It appeared only yesterday in the journal, Marine Biotechnology. And according to the scientists, these potential health benefits of Spirulina are well documented. It contains CPC, a pigment binding protein which enhances antioxidation, anti inflammation, and anti tumor activities. And they have found that an extract of photosynthetically enhanced spirulina can reduce by 70% the release of an immune system protein that can cause the storm in the lungs, leading to the acute respiratory disease and organ damage. So, this research, as I said, was conducted at the Galley Research Institute in Israel, and algae was provided by a lab in Iceland. European Union has funded all research, and now they say this natural treatment of corona should be adopted by the people, and many places where the extract may not be available immediately because it will take time to produce it. Taking spirulina itself, this bluish green algae, and it's available aplenty. And then the Scrooge of the century, that is cancer. So Israelis come again and they create a cancer drug without animal tests. And what they're doing, using human simulating chip. Hebrew University professors say that technology mimics human body and can now be used to develop other new treatments. It will save time, it will save lives, and it will save money. They had discovered a cancer drug without testing it on animals, and they have done it by using a chip that simulates, copies, acts like human body. Again, Hebrew University. This chip is manufactured contains human tissue with microscopic sensors, and it precisely monitors the response of the human body, kidneys, liver, and heart to specific drug treatments. Now, let me tell you, the concept is not new. It's about 30 years old. I remember having read about it in late 80s and early 90s. But the Israeli team is the first to successfully create this treatment using chip's capability in order to completely eliminate animal testing. And when animal testing is eliminated, so would human testing be. They have paired already two existing drugs in order to solve a problem of excess liver fat and liver cirrhosis. And they are submitting that combination now for use. They have got a patent, clinical trials have been conducted, and the medicines might be available for the market shortly thereafter. These innovative are inspiring, make one say, cool, this is human capability at its best, human ingenuity, which is unparalleled for the sake of and the promotion of human capability, health, and health of body and health of mind. And of course, it might be a precursor to a real utopia, the heavenly days when you enjoy life and your products without fear of alarmists like global warming, impending hunger, diseases that cannot be cured. But am I dreaming? I hope not. Let's wait and watch. Thank you.